Here, let's discuss the important questions from the software engineering subject of jntuh R22. Let's see all of the important questions unit wise. So first, before entering to the important questions, we are having some tips to pass the software engineering subject. So the first is prepare any three chapters perfectly. So choose any three chapters which are easy for you. I request you to prepare the unit 1, unit 4 and unit 5 because those three units contain the very less topics and easy to understand. So the unit 1, unit 4 and 5 are very easy to prepare. Then must draw the diagrams with pencil only. So diagrams should be drawn, it is must, and you have to draw it with pencil. Then mention the side headings clearly. So whatever the side headings are there, you have to mention it clearly. So these are the tips to pass the software engineering subject. Now let's see the important questions. The first from the unit 1, define software, explain the evolving role of software, explain about evaluation of software engineering and methodologies, define the term software, describe its various characteristics, elaborate on the changing nature of the software in detail, and what is legacy software, explain. So this question is one of the important about the legacy software. And then next, describe the various software myths. What are the software engineering layers? So this software myths is one of the important and the software engineering layers. Then explain the software process framework. What is CMMI? Explain about CMMI levels. So this is said to be one of the important from the unit 1. And what is software development life cycle? Explain software development process models and discuss in detail about waterfall process model. And what is a process model? Explain about prototyping model in detail. Next, explain in detail about evolutionary process model. Then the what is agile, list the methods of the principles. So the important are CMMI and the software methodologies. So that is the software engineering methodologies and evaluation of them. And then next the software myths. These are said to be one of the important from the unit 1. And from the unit 2, so the questions are the functional requirement specification of a system should be both complete and consistent. So substantiate the statement with relevant examples. Then next, explain the differences between functional requirements and non-functional requirements. So this is said to be one of the important question from the unit 2. So you have to differentiate the functional requirements and the non-functional requirements. Then next, discuss in detail about the user requirements. What is system requirements? How would you specify them? List the differences between user and system requirements. Explain the importance of interfaces in a multi-system environment. Next, describe the structure of a software requirements document and describe 5 desirable characteristics of a good software requirement specification document and give an overview of various steps in requirements engineering process. Then discuss software scope and feasibility study. So this is the one of the important. And what are the activities of requirement elicitation and analysis? Then explain what is the goal of requirement analysis phase. Give reasons why the requirements analysis phase is difficult one. And define brainstorming. Explain where it is used with an example. Using your own knowledge of how ATM is used, develop a set of use cases that could be used to derive the requirements of an ATM system. So if you are good at the use cases, you can prefer the second chapter, because at least one question will be on UML diagrams. Now discuss the significance of requirements validation and also various requirements validation techniques. And the next, explain about the requirements management phases of requirement engineering process. What is a change, how it can be incorporated in the software, and elaborate on requirements management planning in detail. Management planning, how to elaborate it. So from this unit 2, the very important is differentiation between differences between the functional requirements and the non-functional requirements. And the second most important is software scope and feasibility study. So these are questions from the unit 2. Next we are having the unit 3. What is design? List its goals. What are the design principles of a good software design? Explain. State and explain various software design concepts. Briefly explain about the design model and discuss about architectural design in brief. So both questions are same. One is first is the about design model and the second is the architectural design. And list and explain different kinds of architecture styles and patterns. What is UML? Write the principle of modeling and how system modeling is achieved using UML. Explain with the suitable examples. Next, write a short note on class diagram. Then explain interaction diagram with an example. Write a short note on component diagrams. So these are some questions related to the unit 3. So in the unit 3 we were having the design engineering, and before this in the unit 2 the functional and the non-functional requirements, that question is important, and also the differentiation between the user requirements and system requirements. In the second part, requirement engineering process, we are having the feasibility studies and the requirement management. So from the unit 3, the design engineering, there are two parts. One is design engineering and another one is creating an architectural design. So in creating an architectural design, it's all about the UML diagrams. So one question you can expect from the UML diagrams from the unit 3, and the one question from the design engineering. Next from the unit 4, what is software testing? Explain test characteristics. What is the difference between the verification and validation? Explain with an example. The next is, what are testing strategies for conventional software and explain them in detail. What is integration testing? Explain in detail. What is regression testing? Give an example. Write a short note on black box testing. So the black box testing and the white box testing are very important. If you prepare those two, the one more question can be like differentiate between black box testing and the white box testing. Explain various structural testing techniques with suitable examples, and give an overview of white box testing techniques with the help of flow graph. Explain black box testing, give an account of equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis technique. Write a short note on system testing. Discuss about art of debugging in detail, and what is testing, how is it different from the debugging. Explain the metrics of for software quality. So this is a matrix, this matrics. So this question is one of the important on the software quality. And next, what are the metrics used for software maintenance? Discuss. So overall, the important from the unit 4 are testing strategies for conventional software and white box testing and the black box testing. You have to differentiate both of them. And one is the debugging, one question on the debugging. and one more is software metrics, and another is software quality. So these are the important from the unit 4. Next, finally, we are having the unit 5. So unit 5, explain various system steps in risk management. Discuss briefly about proactive and reactive risk strategies in detail. They may ask you to differentiate between proactive and reactive risk strategies, and explain about software risk in detail. Next, they explain the methods of risk identification and explain about developing a risk table. Next, what is RMMM? Explain various methods followed to mitigate, monitor, and manage risk. So nothing but in detail you have to write about RMMM. Next, the list and explain the various software quality factors. Define software quality assurance. State various SQA activities. And describe the role of software reviews in achieving good quality software. So this is one of the important. And discuss about formal technical reviews. Explain about the statistical SQA, and what is the software reliability and how this parameter helps in managing software quality. So this is also said to be one of the important software reliability. And explain the COCOMO model for estimation. So overall from the unit 5, the important are software risk and the differences between the proactive and the reactive risk, and the one more is software quality, nothing but the software reviews in achieving the good quality software, and one more is formal technical reviews, and the final is managing the software quality, nothing but software reliability. So these topics are important from the unit 5. Next, finally, let's see questions from the unit 1. So in the unit 1, we are having 3 parts. The first part is introduction to software engineering. One more is a generic view of process, and one more is process models. So one question we can expect from each of these 3 parts. The first, process model. The first, we are having the software engineering. From this software engineering, there are only 3 topics, that is evolving role of software, changing nature of software, and software myths. So from these 3 questions, you can expect one question in the exam. And the second part, a generic view of process, we are having software engineering, that is a layered technology, nothing but software layers, a process framework, and the CMMI. So these are the 3 topics which are included in the second part, that is a generic view of process. So from these 3, you can expect 1 to 2 questions. And the process model, in the process model we are having only three process models, that is one is the waterfall model, and one is spiral model, and agile models methodology. So from these 3, you can expect a one question. So this unit 1 is very easy, because overall you are having only 9 topics. So if you be perfect with these 3 parts, then you can get the 12 marks from the unit 1. And then unit 2, we are having the 2 parts. One is the software requirements, and one more is requirements engineering process. So from the software requirements, we are having the topics like functional and non-functional requirements. So as I told you, this is one of the important, and user requirements and the system requirements. So differentiate between the user and system requirements. And one more is internal specification, and the last is the software requirements document. So overall we are having the 4 topics. So if you be perfect with these 4 topics, you can attempt 1 to 2 questions from the first part of unit 2. And second part is requirements engineering process. So in this, the topics are feasibility studies, requirements elicitation and analysis, requirements validation, and requirements management. So these are the 4 topics we are having from the requirements engineering process. Next, from the unit 3, we are having 2 parts. One is design engineering, and one is creating an architectural design. So one question you can expect from the design engineering. So topics we are having are design process and design quality, design concepts, the design model. So overall we are having the 4 concepts, 4 topics from the Unit 3 first part from the design engineering. So one question you can expect from this first part. And the second part is creating an architectural designs. So in this we are having software architecture, data design, architectural styles and patterns, architectural design, conceptual model of UML, and we are having class diagram, sequence diagram, collaboration diagram, use case diagram, and the component diagrams, and basic structure of modeling. So overall we are having the UML diagrams from the second part of the unit 2. So if you are good at drawing the UML diagrams, then you can prefer the unit 3. So one question you can expect from design engineering and one question from the creating an architectural design. Next we are having the unit 4 testing strategies. In this unit 4 we are having the two parts. One is the testing strategies and one more is process and product metrics. Nothing but metrics for the process and the products. So two questions you can expect from the testing strategies. So topics we are having are a strategic approach to software testing, test strategies for conventional software, black box and white box testing, validation testing, system testing, and the art of debugging. So as I told you, white box testing and the black box testing are very important. And one more is art of debugging. So one question you can expect from the two questions you can expect from the first part of the unit 4. And the second part, metrics for process and products. So we are having only two topics, software measurement and metrics for software quality. So one question you can expect from these two topics of the second part. So the important is metrics for software quality. Next, the unit 5, we are having the two parts, risk management and the quality management. So two questions you can expect from the risk management because the topics are very lengthy here. So reactive versus proactive. So differences between the reactive and the proactive risk strategies, software risk, risk identification, risk projection, risk refinement, and RMMM. Then from the quality management, the quality concepts, software quality assurance, nothing but SQA, software reviews, formal technical reviews, and statistical software quality assurance, and then software reliability and the ISO 9000 quality standards. So these are the topics from the quality management. So overall from the unit 5 you can expect two questions from the risk management part and two questions from the quality management part. So I request you to prepare the unit 1, unit 4 and unit 5 because these chapters are very easy to prepare and the diagrams will be lesson and you can easily understand. And for the SE notes, DM me on Insta. So ID is 5T_DK. If you message me, I'll send you the notes of the software engineering. And all the best for your exam. Thank you.